Hello, my sewing friends. My name is Leah Day, and I have a new sewing machine. This is the Eversewn Sparrow 20, and today I'm going to unbox it. So let's open it up and see what this sewing machine comes with straight out of the box. So here's the box, and this machine came wrapped up in a bit of plastic to help protect it, which is great. So I'm just going to slip all of this out and then open it up. And now I'll slice open the box. So just in case you've never heard of this before, always keep your sewing machine box. This is a really important piece of equipment. It's a part of your sewing machine, actually. The box and the styrofoam that it comes in are really important. If ever your machine needs to be serviced, if we ever need to work on it, if you ever need to send it back to the company, then obviously you want to keep the box, keep the styrofoam. So I realize I have some stuff here on the side, so let's open this up. We've got a really nice cover. That's really sweet, and it has an opening for the handle, so you can cover up your machine when you're not using it. Then we've got a nice instruction manual. Wow, this is meaty. This is one of those things that a lot of companies I know are going digital, where they just put the manual online and they don't even bother printing it for you. So this is really nice. You've got a lot of really good, helpful instructions and nice big diagrams. So that looks great. Plus you've got a warranty card and registration. This is important because you do have a warranty on the machine for a limited amount of time. It looks like 1 year of labor, 1 year of electrical parts, and 10 years in the case of mechanical parts from the date of purchase of the product. So it's really important to go ahead and fill this out and send it in. It's not a big pain. Just put a stamp on it, fill it out, send it in. And that will ensure that your machine is under warranty, and if anything ever happens to it, you can ship it back and they will fix it. Okay, so I'm slipping this up. It is, I do want to let you know how heavy this is. This is 17 pounds. So I'm just lifting it straight out and keeping the styrofoam together as I lift it. And then now I'm going to set it on its side. I'm going to go straight back. So it's 17 pounds. And that might not sound very lightweight to you, but in comparison to some of the bigger machines that I've seen, that is pretty lightweight. Okay. And that was in that weight in the box with the styrofoam. So here we have our foot pedal. This controls the machine. Now I'm going to lift this straight up. And there's our beautiful machine. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. I love that kind of hot pink color we've got. And we've got our power cord, a little bit of gel that we'll probably just leave in the box with the styrofoam. There we go. And then just lift this straight out. And watch out, because this part moves. So maybe you don't want to grip it by that. Maybe bring your hand up. Actually, we can kind of stand it upright. And I'll grab the free arm here and slip it out completely. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take both pieces of styrofoam, put them back together again, put them back in the box. So here's the machine. We got it out of the box, and let's just real quick go over a few of the features. We have a speed slider here, so if you want to go really slow or really fast, that's right here on the front. We have a reverse stitch. This is a tack stitch, so just kind of secure your stitching in place. This is your needle up and needle down. And this is your start-stop button. So if you want to use the machine without a foot pedal, you can hit that button and it will stitch for you using the speed that you have selected with the slider. And we'll definitely go over how all of that works in a video. Now, if you want to see your decorative stitches, so you can select the right stitch, then you can pull out this little card, and it has all 80 of your stitches and the numbers that they correspond with here on this card. So that's really handy. I love it that it just tucks away out of sight, and then you can pull it out like that. It's just really cute. So I'm going to rotate the machine around so you can see this side. We have a port for our foot pedal, and then a port for our power cord, and then that's your on-off switch. This is your hand wheel. You rotate this typically towards you when you're wanting to hand guide a stitch with the machine. On the back side, don't really have very much here going on, but one thing that's really important is your serial number. You're going to need that whenever you fill out your warranty card. And I also found that there's a little sticker up here around the spool pen, and it also had your serial number on it. So you can just pull that off gently and stick that on your warranty card, and then you're ready to go with filling out that registration form. Super, super handy. If I pull off, this is a free arm case. So what this does is it just extends your surface to stitch. But if you pull this back, you have a feed dog drop. If you want to drop your feed dogs, that's the option there. And then it's really nice to have your free arm set up like this. So if you're ever like fitting in a garment, if you're ever hemming pants, something like that, then it's nice to be able to stitch in a circle around the machine too. So swinging it all the way around, let's go over some of the things that are right here on the top of the machine. We of course have some thread guides, and we'll go over threading the machine in a different video. This is your tension dial, so that's going to set the tension of your top thread. We've got a side spool pen, and you can place a top spool pen that goes vertical right here, and then this is your bobbin winder. So there we go. That's all of the different features just on the surface of the machine. We've got one extra thing I want to show you, and that is our little accessories case. You just pop this open, and they've included a bag of goodies for us to go through. So let's check out the feet and extra tools that the Sparrow 20 comes with. So here I've spread out all of our goodies, and I'm trying to get them organized. So let's see here. Let's start with the feet first. So the foot that the machine came with is this one. This is the T foot, and this was already installed on my machine when I got it. And basically this is just a general zigzag foot. It's got a nice wide opening here and a fairly flat back. So this is for straight stitching and zigzag stitching, just, you know, your general kind of all around multi-purpose sewing foot. Then we have a zipper foot. This is kind of a unitasker. This is a foot that you would use specifically for attaching a zipper, and you're going to click it in either on one side or the other depending on what side of the zipper that you're doing. So we'll have to go over installing a zipper. That'll be fun. Then another type of fastener that we have is a buttonhole. So this is a buttonhole foot with a slide, and what that means is you can slide this out and you can place your button right here, and it has a little image of a button that helps you remind you of where it goes. So you put that here, and that's going to help you stitch out the buttonhole the correct size for the size of the button that you're making. So that makes it really convenient. I know my very first sewing machine did not have something like this, and I always had to mark my buttonholes. Made it just a little bit tricky. Okay, next foot is our E foot. And this is an overlock foot, and this helps to finish a garment. Let's say you're sewing something and you want a nice finished edge. You want it to look like it came off of a serger, then this is the foot to use for that. Then we have a blind stitch foot, which has a little groove, a little plastic groove here on the back, and it's adjustable. So you can rotate this little spring, this little screw here on the side, and that will move this guide. So that's really handy. Okay, and then we've got this is a embroidery foot. This is for satin stitching, and you can tell because if you feel the back of the foot, it has a deeper groove than the T foot. It's also clear, so you can see through it really nicely. So that's going to be for satin stitching, anything that you really need a lot of good visibility, and anything that's going to be bulky that needs to slip under the foot, that's going to be really handy for A. Then this foot is so cute. I mean, it kind of, you look at it and you're kind of like, what does this do? This is a button sew-on foot. You snap it on and you place this over your button. You'll hand guide the machine to see how wide your zigzag stitch needs to be, and you'll adjust it. And then, yeah, this will hold down your button to keep it in place while you stitch it with the zigzag stitch. Very handy. Okay, a few other things we've got. This little thing looks a little funny. This is a right-hand guide. So if you're sewing or quilting and you want things to be spaced out a certain distance from the machine, then this will set up and give you a nice right-hand guide. That's very helpful. We've got a little screwdriver. So this has a bigger screwdriver on one end and a mini screwdriver on the other end. I'm sure that will come in helpful on our machine. And we've got a little brush, which also has a hidden seam ripper. So I love these tiny little bladed seam rippers. They're super sharp and very helpful, and we definitely need to use that brush and brush out the machine occasionally. these little weird cappy things, these white cappy things, are spool caps. So this helps to keep the spool in place so it doesn't slip as the thread is feeding off of it. This is a felt for your thread also, and that's really handy just to help it, slide and glide more evenly off the machine. One little tool I had already popped on the machine, and this is a spool pen. So what you'll typically do is place the felt where you put the spool pen in the machine, then you place the felt on top of it, and that just helps the thread, the spool of thread, to turn around as it's feeding off. We have 3 bobbins here, and then we've got another bobbin in the machine that's already full. And this is another thing for thread. This is a thread net. It's really helpful. I know you might look at this going, I don't know what to do with that. Well, here's a spool of thread. And let's say I was having trouble and it was spooling off too fast and I was getting great big loops. Well, I take that and wrap it in the thread net, and it kind of acts, I don't know, it kind of gives it a little hug, and that makes it kind of hugs the thread to the spool so it feeds off more slowly. So that's a really helpful little tool to keep in your sewing box. We've got a little pack of needles here as well. So there we go. That's all of the little accessories, the goodies that comes with the Eversewn Sparrow 20. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the goodies that come along with the Eversewn Sparrow 20. This is a great little starter machine. If you've never sewn or quilted before, this is going to be a great machine to get you started at an inexpensive price. And you can find this machine, as well as lots of tutorials that I've shared on using it, at leahday.com/sew20. So come and check it out and learn how to sew on the Sparrow with me. Until next time, let's go quilt.